Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 73 of Kenshi. So last episode, right at the very end, we had done a little bit of limb removal. Yeah, I guess that's the nicest way to put it. On Beep, and now Beep is recovering. He had always wanted to become bionic, so I am just working to fulfill that wish. I know it seems cruel, and a lot of people in comments were like, "Oh God, what did you do to Beep?" But he was well cared for. He was surrounded by friends. He wasn't in any particular danger, so that's why I did it. So what I'm going to try to do is to piss off a bunch of fogmen, but then to set myself on block and just keep blocking and blocking and blocking. And this is for strength training because fog don't really pose that much of a threat. What I'm going to do is actually, let's do it this way. All you guys, we're going to unblock for a second just to thin out the crowd a little bit. So there's a 1-to-1 ratio. Oh, here's Beep. He flew in faster than I could see. Okay, all you go back home. You're no longer needed. Oh God, we mashed them up too quickly. What is Jane's doing? Don't hold him like that. That seems like you have a cannibal flag. So here's the people we're trying to strength train, and they just murdered everyone. Beep, you still should be healing up, man. The problem is I had told everyone else to rest, and the issue there was I had loaded, so they weren't resting. Except for Stubbs did. Stubbs behaved. Good job, Stubbs. What I'm going to do with Stubbs is have him corpse haul, actually. Alright, so the Raiders. Griffin, you should be sleeping in a second. Okay, all these guys, they need more targets to properly strength train. I could just strength train by swinging my blades around, but I feel like if I can find enough people to block, that would be most ideal. I'm having to travel pretty deep into fog territory for this. Having a death yard get wiped out explains why I'm having trouble finding valid targets. Is it really the Fog Islands? If you kill all the fog, what does it become? Just islands? Who are you? Yeah, if a heavy mercenary is just wandering around in here, my best guess is there's a death yard here. Please tell me that there are enemies to this death yard. Nope. Can you really have a death yard with no death? Oh, here we go. Now let's cut these ones down. This death yard is starting to expand. And it's also strength training if I'm swinging, so I might as well swing. I'd love to be able to tell who you're eating, but it seems like you are... Yeah, you are feasting on him inside the rock here. Which doesn't seem to matter. Yeah, I'll unlock you. You know what? I might not be able to. Because you are inside terrain. Oh no, we could pick you. Set you free. Alright, good job. Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, if I was really nice, I'd heal him too. Oh, wow. They are... Oh, the heavies just showed up. That's what happened. Cool. There'll be some more weapon training, strength training. There goes the prince. I think there's another prince here, because there's more heavies. Ooh, Ron got knocked out. There's probably yet another prince. So Ron, you got knocked out. What, chest hit? Yep, and you're out again. With most of my combatants here as, or not most, but a significant portion of them as robots, I'm not all that worried about getting unconscious. My money is on me and not the fog. And the fact that I'm constantly being swarmed is really good because it allows me to do weapon training. Here's another prince. Ron seems to be back on his feet. God, this is like an unending feast. For my blades, that is. Alright, Ron, you really ought to heal yourself, though. For real. Seto is down now. Probably chest. Yep, chest as well. Oop, plop. Now, the danger here is just letting them take too many injuries. So, once this clears up, I'll head home. This was a lot of properly good training. And there's probably a lot of Prince skulls in here as well. But given my current financial situation, I'm not that worried about trying to suss out all the skulls. The heads. The heads of state. That was funny to me. Alright. Seto, you are going to now be carried. So you are no longer... Oh, that might have been the whole death yard. This was probably like hundreds of fog. I wish I could just do like a click drag, figure out how many corpses there are. Who are they even eating? Oh, some cannibal. That's fine. This, I'm sure once I check stats, this probably did a wonder on my strength stats. I don't remember what I started off on, but it was definitely not 42. 45 for Ron? Yeah, he's been strength training this whole time, though. Yeah, I think that was significantly positive for us. Hey, and if they keep fighting, they keep fighting. We're starting to get knocked out now, which is a pretty good indicator that I've overstayed my welcome. So once they're all... Yep, they've all come to. It's time to leave. But before we leave, let's see if I can't find a few skulls. Shouldn't be that hard to find the princes. In fact, you're a prince. I wish I could target you. There we go. That's definitely not how you attack a prince. There we go. Because these skulls are free money. These heads. Yeah, I think the princes mostly died right around the pole here because they were trying to eat the cannibal. Oh, this is yet another prince. Plop. 2 more? I mean, sure. If you keep sending me princes, maybe I won't go home. self-preservation fight right there. Oops, I just woke everyone up. I will fix this. I'm surprised Beep isn't first out. You all can just chill. They're still reeing, which means there's still more celebratory murder to be had. Okay, I'm slowly not being able to even see bodies anymore because they're stacking up so high. So I'm going to leave this immediate area. So Kang, Ron, yeah, they're all pretty tooled up. They've seen better days. Man, they're still eating that cannibal. Is this what you would call... I just told everyone to run again. Okay, that's fine. Let's have everyone rendezvous. I was just going to pop into Mongrel to go ahead and sell some of these heads. Silvershade got caught. Keep on moving, guys. Silver, what is your deal, man? Just run. I keep telling him to run. He's like, nope, 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 nope. Gonna turn around. Pathing at its finest. I can always double back for... is this Beep? Oh, this has got to be Beep. Yep. Last to leave and first to show. It's Mr. Beep with the legs that glow. He is so fast, it's ridiculous. Alright, unfortunately I'm getting here when all of the everything just closed. I think it's been closed a little while now, but... yeah. Rhadamant's still getting hit. You ugly bastard. Penalty of death. So this frag axe technique is definitely a very, very good way to train up some strength here. Absolutely. So I'm going to take the most beat up, like Ron, and put them into beds. Some people just got here, but the ones that have been fighting a while need a little bit of medical love. Alright, those are all the humans that have been fighting a while. And we'll have them spend the night in Mongrel. A vacation, right? Sort of, I kind of live here, so it's a staycation, I guess. Alright, Stubbs, you have been... let's change the furnace you're working on. Use this furnace. Ooh, there's so many limbs. 4 of them happen to be Beep's limbs. Speaking of Beep, I'm curious if he's had any dialogue so far. It will be really hard to find because it's all going to be munch, 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 grind, munch, munch, munch. Yep. The monosyllabic language of Fogman. Crunch and munch. So Molly, quote-unquote, finished her fragmentation axes. Ideally, I'd have enough for, like, everyone, right? So I'm just going to keep cranking them out because I can always sell them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. They're some of the most expensive weapons to make. But, yeah, whatever. Can you put a price on fun? You probably can if you go on a vacation. Alright, so this gate is good to close. This dude needs a little food, I guess. So let's actually open that up and feed him. So I was asked if I'm going to try to get Punk or Screamer back. Yeah, ideally, yeah, I would. I don't know how viable it is. They should eventually reset to the Tower of Agony, and I can go and mess with them. Why is this Berserker hungry? Is he an idiot? He literally has a ton of food in his backpack. Is he on like a hunger strike? That's the only thing I can think of. He's either an idiot or he's on a hunger strike. Or both. I guess you could be an idiot on a hunger strike. Well, whatever. If you want to starve yourself, I'm just going to treat you even worse. I'll use you for crossbow practice. So fortunately, I haven't had any of my traders' backpacks despawn yet. I would not be surprised if it eventually happens, but hey, if it hasn't happened yet, I've got some hope that it won't. We did bring back some armor plating. Put that away, and this random backpack. We do have a full set of additional arms. Granted, one is a KLR series arm, but that's fine. It still does some strength. So if we wanted to create another monster, biological horror here, we could. I also forgot to, or not forgot, but because I'm doing frag axe training, we didn't re-up our bolts. The raid onto the fog was kind of impromptu. Just figured it'd be something fun to do. Blow off some steam. Oh, someone got shackled here, I think. Played long boots from the Holy Nation. Maybe I cut off his legs? So out of all these white plate, only one is viable. Ugh. I guess it's something to work towards, right? I should think of it that way. If it was easy to make these masterwork armors, I wouldn't have anything left to do. Bard. Let's get you back on iron, or the arrow making. We have all the Eagle's crosses we need. Rhadamant, you're fully healed. Good, because you're also full of skulls. Full of the head of your enemies. There was probably more than that, but I wasn't going to root around for 6K. I'm wealthy now. I don't get out of bed for anything less than 100K. I don't know. I'm not really driven by profit in this way. Come on, I literally asked you, do you have anything for sale? Because I do. Steady arm masterwork? Oof. Well, we already have one of them. I might as well buy two. Scout leg, yes. Stealth leg, no. Okay, so I bought some stuff. We almost broke even here. Seto, you should be all set to return home. Miyu looks a little stuck. It's not mesh data, it's just her being her. Come on, Miyu, all the way. Check for backpacks. One. Well, it's something. Alright, back into the fog we go. I was messing with a Death Yard Maybe I'll continue messing with them. Oh, Jesus beep. I wanted to go this way. So this death yard is dead. It's great. It doesn't look occupied at the moment. Alright, you all should follow the slowest member. Seto is particularly slow. Oh, we're getting attacked. Who just said, I hate blood? I do have something I'd like to do this episode. I want to go to Narco. So maybe I'll poke into this death yard real quick and then think about that Narco trip. A little bit extra strength training does the body good, though. Alright, so all these corpses have been magically disappeared. Works for me. Alright, follow Captain Seto. Seto, take us home. There should be like an attack move, like the way RTS games have, of like head home, but anyone that hits you, hit them back. That would be a really good order to be able to issue my people. So I constantly find myself in a situation where I'm headed somewhere and I get waylaid. Alright. So now what I'm going to do is to put all the weapons back to the way they're supposed to be. After I have a nice nap so that everyone heals up. Oops, Rhadamant, you don't need to be in there. So the reason I want to go to Narco is for me to continue any of my current research. I'm going to need additional AI cores, and that's some of the closest, largest stash of AI cores around. I like Agnew. Everyone else is playing at big weapons. Agnew's like, yeah, this is my normal weapon. What you train with is my everyday. So for the robots here, stolen? Yeah, you know what? I don't like stolen tags. It wasn't stolen. I made it. It was literally crafted by Shrike. I didn't steal it. The robots all have Masterwork black plate, as does Rhadamant. Rhadamant will wear the white plate. So why not? I don't think I'm going to create any Robocops at the moment. I'm going to wait. And then we have a Masterwork grade black plate. Ruka, you are the newest recipient. So all this stuff can be sold, as can all of the Eagle Crosses, as can... That's it, actually. Alright, now for these people to put their frag axes away. Nope, I'm doing that incorrectly. Let's try this again. And we'll get to mass strength training later. Alright, so that's all the frag axes. And then I'm going to try to put their weapons back the way it ought to be. I might not recall precisely, but I'll do my best. So I believe Jane's had one of these. I'll just give one at random. And Ron had the other one. Maybe I'll give him the edge 3. Ruka. The skeletons definitely had the sabers. So Wike, I'm going to give you the edge 3, as you're not named. And then I'll start giving out the Matos. The Nadachi was on Rhadamant. Because I really haven't been doing any of the martial arts training that I really ought to do. And, alright, we're all equipped up. The worst injury amongst us, not so bad. Now I have to decide who sits out. That's tough. I was thinking of having it be Stubbs, who's already sitting out. Because he can do some armor smithing. So yeah, I'm gonna have him plate beat while everyone else is away. Don't feel good about swapping him out, but it makes the most sense. So he's not plate beating because plates are full. Plates are absolutely full. Cool. Let's have you empty out all the plates. Shrike, you made a bunch of bad jackets. Let's get back to that. Additionally, I should leave one more person out. I think Hamid or Wing Wing, one or the other. Hamid or Griffin? I'm going to have Griffin because we're about to kill a bunch of paladins, and maybe having an ex-paladin kill a bunch of his paladin friends is cruel and unusual punishment. I don't know. Just a thought. Alright, let's order plan in the back. There we go. So now we have 2 people back home. Griffin could do some strength training while we're away, so there's always that possibility. I have no idea. Oh yeah, he can use some heavy weapons, so this should be alright. Before I set everyone free, I'm going to make sure that Griffin can handle his own here. I'll have Pingu watch over. Okay, the rest of you raiders, let's go ahead and queue you up to sell some stuff. I also ought to re-up some food. I have a few meds here. Okay, all that for sale. Fill the rest with some food. I'll bring a variety, even though that's not a thing in this game. There we go. Find the slowest member. Believe it or not, it's not Seto. Ron, and Ron, you will run down to the hub, I guess. Well, maybe this high village first. Griffin is actually taking quite a beating. Yep. Griffin went down. I need to give this dude a Jete. This Berserker might have just been... Yeah, his martial arts is already kind of high. Well, that's good to know. Pengu, you can just hang out here. And Stubbs jumped into action to go help, but help was not needed. So Shrike's back to laboring those really, really sad white plate jackets. Hopefully she makes some progress. Gonna have her store the armor plate on her. Weighs her down. Build some strength. I don't know. Seemed like the right thing to do. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering why I don't use Beep to do some really high-speed trades, and the reason is I don't think my computer could handle it. I could try it out off camera at some point to see if it's at all possible. But yeah, my true and honest worry is my computer won't be able to handle it, and it will poo itself in the attempt. And I don't really feel like introducing a lot of crashing. I don't think you all want to see me crash constantly, so yeah. That's the long and short of it. Because the issue is, the way this game works is there's zones. They're not exactly the geographical zoning areas that we have here. And the reason for that is because a lot of these roads bridge between zones. Is there a good example of that? Yeah, here. Would be an example. There's a lot of roads that sort of bridge. So the game doesn't want you to... the game loads the entire area around you into memory so that you can access it much more quickly than trying to read from a hard drive. So when you're running this game runs... it's very memory hungry as a result. Checking my current Kenshi, I'm using 3.2 gigs of RAM just at the moment to load what I have loaded. Now, if I sent green around to blitz around at crazy, almost highway speeds, what would end up happening is I would have to load a lot of additional zones, and they'd have to load in and out of memory really, really rapidly, and there is a risk of crashing when you do that. Or at least in my experience there is. Maybe I'm wrong. Wow, Beep, you are so fast. Human, hello. Man, they have really crappy plated drifters. Yep, I know why I'm here. Okay, we sold almost everything. That's great. Back to following around. You know, actually, it might serve a purpose to have Seto be definitively the slowest at 19, just so that people don't get split up. And where I want to go to is Narco's Trap up here. Now, I have to very carefully sort of thread the needle because there's a lot of enemy outposts nearby. So Narco's Trap is a ancient tech lab that is guarded by Holy Nation because they forbid the technology. I want to size it up first. So what I might do is I might get close and then have Beep run around just to see sort of, you know, what are we looking at? How many enemies are there? Those kind of details. And if it looks like I can tackle it without much issue, that's exactly what I'll do. I'll dip into the trap, kill all the pallies, and have all the wonderful AI cores for myself. Because after that Narco's Trap, the future cores, the remaining cores that I have access to, are challenging to get, unless I am mistaken. So, just to recap, of where I've gone. I've hit the Ancient Tech Lab in the southwest near Shun. I have hit the Leviathan Coast, the Iron Trail Ancient Tech Lab, and there was one other Ancient Tech Lab I hit. I forget where it was. If you do excuse me. There was 3 I hit. I'm almost positive of it. Oh, Obedience? No, that's just an ancient lab. Maybe there was another ancient tech lab for me to hit. There aren't too many of them, and the issue is, for me to unlock more robotics, I'm going to need a lot more ancient tech lab, or AI cores, I should say. So that's really my limiting factor at the moment. I could do a quick Google search for the tech labs. Ancient tech labs. Let's see. There's one in Shun. Oh, Tower of Abuse is an ancient tech lab. Okay, so that sort of settles it. I have hit every ancient tech lab that there exists. So the rest of the AI cores that I can get are a little challenging, because I can either hit... I've already bought all the ones from the scrap house. So there's the Island Lab, which is in Fisherman's Island, and Narcos Trap. And I believe those are the tech labs left. So Fish Isle is down... Oops. Down... Come on. Zoom. Down here. And that could be another trip that I do soon. A challenging one. And then this is an ancient tech lab. And then the remainder of the tech that I could find is either in the Ashland Dome or on Cleanser Bots. And both are scary to obtain. But what I can do in the meantime is I haven't actually made any robotics. I haven't queued up any robotics benches or skeleton limbs or anything like that. And honestly, for no good reason. I could obviously queue those up, no issue. So let's go ahead and do that out on our balcony. And they're grabbing... Oh, am I out of... No, I have plenty of electrical components. So yeah, let's go craft those up. So I'm threading around Blister Hill, Stack, and Bad Teeth to get to Narcos Trap. I didn't want to just go straight there because I would have basically walked through Blister. And that is not healthy, might I tell you. I also definitely failed to re-up my crossbow bolts, like super bad. I did get food though, but I do have some spare bolts that I can move around a little bit. So we have some shots. I don't think I need a ton. I went to the Skin Bandits HQ with a ton, but I knew I needed a lot. I don't think I need quite as many this time. Alright, what is targeting me? Oh, cute. Oh, so cute. It's just it's a few little hungry bandits. They make for a fun appetizer. This fight actually is lasting longer than I thought it would. Who's on passive? Plan was on passive? That's a big no. Not gonna allow that. Alright, I shouldn't allow them to all run at their own speed, because Beep will be on the moon by the time everyone else catches up. So curiously enough, I don't actually know who is any good at robotics. Chung is the best of the main crew. Weekay and Burn are pretty decent at it. Weekay has a racial benefit to it. Weekay might be cycled off of our main crew. As much as I value having skeletons, he is not unique as far as I know. And he's also one of the best at robotics with a racial benefit to robotics. So he might be the best choice. Okay, so I'm going to do something here. I'm going to have Griffin make a Jetay. After 1, 2... I'll count the frag axes. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 per box. So I have 10 of them here. Molly is not holding one, so this will be 11. Which means we need 9 after that, or 8, really, because Agnew has a heavy weapon. I've just been having an open gate policy here. The 100 Guardian that are sticking around have just been sticking around for me. I think we're all following Seto. Yes. And I might actually run out of time before I'm able to hit Narco on this episode, which means I'll have to do it next time. Okay, Molly. You're out of steel bars. Oh, I have a few in storage. Just finish this frag axe up so I can work on the Jetay. Alright, so Ms. Molly here is going to be... I'll take her off a weaponsmith temporarily, just so that Griffin can do it. So Griffin, you are going to remove all your other temporary jobs, put weaponsmith up top, and I guess a refitted is as bad as I can make. You know what? I am going to go out of my way to make a really, really, really bad Jetay. So, weaponsmith. I'm going to make a temporary weaponsmith here. And downgrade it to a level 1 weaponsmith. Because our higher tier weaponsmiths just aren't capable of bad weapons. Which means, Molly, I have no idea. Hauling to Searchlight. Oops. You can get put back on your weaponsmithing. Skeleton limb bench is done. I need to add some lighting out there. So this will allow me to make skeleton arms and legs, which are meh. Obviously, I'm going to want better. Oops. So lights. I can't make ceiling lamps there. So what I could do is some old school torch posts. And then 2 electrical torch posts. I actually think the electrical torch posts suck. So let me remove those. The best is just the lamp post. What is it called? Why are these? Oh, they only go on the ground. Okay. Well, we'll do torch posts for now. And excuse me for that. Barky dogs. So Ron, or rather Seto and the crew, they are moving towards getting ready to go to Narco. And now we have a new little project, the really crummy weaponsmith. And I'll make a bunch of jetés so that I'm able to utilize them in the future. So I'll have Griffin just crank them out. And I think Griffin probably is pretty terrible at weaponsmithing. Yeah, he is pretty terrible at weaponsmithing. He's about as low as you get. And as soon as he starts crafting nicer jetés, I'll just switch him out for someone else. No issue there. I'm going to temporarily power down the steel refinery so that we can actually get some iron plates, because it's been a little bit of a challenge getting iron plates as a result. They keep going into steel, mostly because I have Bard just cranking out bolts. I probably have enough bolts. Bolts from Bard. But it's not that, it's Molly putting them into armor plating, because I am making a bunch of white plate jackets, both of which so far have been disappointing. Alright, so this weaponsmith is all set. And Griffin, you'll be using the weaponsmith 1. And weaponsmith 1, let's make something terrible. Oh, I guess it doesn't really get any worse than the jetés. So, yep, just start making the refitted ones. They're still pretty bad. Maybe he won't make a refitted. Maybe it'll be prototype. I'm not even sure. Alright, let's get close to Narco Trap, but not too close that we can't tell what we're in for. So within spying distance. They probably have turrets that I'll need to disable or kill the users of said turret. We'll take a look. Oh, great. Is there acid rain here? Yes, I guess there is. So, turrets, none. Paladins, aplenty. A bunch of guardians. I don't see anyone super dangerous, but this is just who I see outside. Beep. Could I have you go in for a closer look? Yep, so they definitely have some people on the turrets staring at this gate here. So I'll have to take out those turreters. They're kind of all standing around a Holy Sentinel, so that might be the toughest person in this compound, which makes me think, yeah, this is very doable. Very doable, but unfortunately for you all, next episode. So we'll be hitting the Narco Trap next episode. And I guess with that, I'll bring it to a close. If you have any feedback for me or questions or ideas or suggestions, anything of that nature, drop me a line. If you'd like to discuss it more in length, Discord would be a better forum than YouTube comments. If you want to support me as a content creator, likes, subscriptions, maybe even becoming a patron. And I'll have to catch you all later. So thank you all very much for watching, and I'll hope to see you tune in next time. Adios.